They lied. You don't have to work hard to get paid. There's a story about an experiment they did with monkeys. They put a group of monkeys in a room with a ladder and some bananas hanging at the top. But whenever one monkey climbed the ladder to get to the bananas, the researchers sprayed all the monkeys with cold water, even though it was just one monkey who did that. And eventually, none of the monkeys would go near the ladder, even though the bananas were still there. Then they started replacing the monkeys one by one. And each new monkey would naturally try to climb the ladder because monkeys love bananas. But the other monkeys would pull him down before he could even reach it because they didn't want to get sprayed with cold water again. And over time, all the original monkeys were replaced and none of the new monkeys had ever been sprayed with cold water. But guess what? Not one of them would go up the ladder because that's just how things were done. No one questioned it. They just accepted it as truth. Well, what if I told you that we've done the same thing in our lives? There's a lie we've been told so many times that it became a truth in our bodies. The lie is you have to work hard to get paid. It sounds noble, it sounds disciplined, it sounds fair even, but is it true? I used to believe it was because I grew up hearing if you don't work hard, you don't eat. And I interpreted that to mean if I wasn't exhausted, I hadn't earned anything. And hustle culture reinforced that too because they tell you stuff like sleep later, grind now, prove yourself. But here's the thing. What if getting paid has nothing to do with how hard you work? Like, seriously, look around you. Some of the hardest working people barely make enough to survive. They wake up before dawn, they go to bed exhausted, and still feel like it's not enough. But meanwhile, there are others who get paid for sharing an idea, making a decision, or simply showing up as themselves. And they receive checks far bigger than those doing manual or frontline work. You might say, well, they worked hard to get there. But did they really? Or did they position themselves differently? Think about it. Even the people who worked hard to get there, they're not really getting paid because of the hours they put in. They are getting paid because of the value they bring, the way they lead, who they are, and the system that recognizes and reward that. But if working hard was the guarantee, wouldn't the people doing the most labor be the richest? And that's when I realized something important. Money doesn't come from hard work. It comes from value exchange. But here's the thing. We've been taught that our value only comes from sweat, struggle, and sacrifice. So even when opportunities to get paid with ease show up, we reject it. We feel guilty. We feel like we didn't earn it because it didn't hurt enough. Just like those monkeys pulling each other down from the ladder, we keep pulling ourselves back down into old limiting beliefs that keep us tired and broke. And I'm not saying you'll never work hard, because sometimes you will. And that's okay, because the lie is that hard work is the only way to get paid. That's not true. Because your ideas, your energy, your insights, your solutions, your leaderships, and your past experiences, those are valued too. And often they don't require exhaustion. They just require alignment. They require courage to see your life beyond the rules you were given. Because when you really think about it, money doesn't care how tired you are. It just responds to where it sees value. People pay for different reasons. People pay for solutions to their problems, for experiences that expand or soothe them, for leadership and direction. People pay for access, status, or proximity. They pay for ideas, creations, and results. And none of those inherently require working hard. They require only three things. The first is knowing what you carry. The second is seeing where it's needed. And lastly, being willing to let it be seen, purchased, or received. But just like those monkeys pulling each other down from the ladder, we keep holding ourselves back with the same old limiting beliefs like, don't try anything else. Just keep working hard. That's the only way. Even when it makes no sense. Even when there are easier ways right in front of us. When I first started opening myself up to this idea, it felt almost illegal. Like the thought of getting paid for an idea I share, getting paid for an hour of consulting that takes me no extra preparation because I already embody it, getting paid for existing, meaning that simply showing up as myself and allowing my wisdom, insights, and presence to support someone. Ooh. Even thinking about it at first brought up guilt. It whispered, that would be too easy. You didn't earn this. But I know that's just the old lie surfacing again. And you know what's interesting? When you stop thinking that you have to suffer to earn money, it actually helps everyone. You show people that it's okay to get paid for what comes naturally to them. You become an example that you don't have to be exhausted to deserve payment. You just have to be yourself and do what only you can do in the way you do it. And I'm not saying never take action. I'm saying stop glorifying hardness as if it's the gateway to money, because it's not. It's the gateway to burn out, not money. And if you don't believe me, try this. What if you replaced I need to work hard with I allow myself to get paid with ease? Pay attention to what comes up in your body. Is it fear, doubt, anger, or disbelief? That's actually a good thing because those are the limiting beliefs that are ready to be released. And underneath those limiting beliefs is the knowing that's been with you since birth. The knowing that abundance is your natural state and receiving is your natural flow. Money wants to come to you in ways that feel aligned. Life doesn't reward you for struggle. It simply responds to your openness to receive. There are people right now looking to pay you for something you carry with ease. Maybe it's a challenge you overcame in the past, or an insight, a skill, or even just the way you see things. People are willing to pay for that. But if your mind is only looking for payments that require you to work hard, you'll miss all the opportunities that come from presence, knowledge, insights, and being. So yes, they lied to you. You don't have to work hard to get paid. You might choose to work hard sometimes because you love what you do and you're building something meaningful, but it's not a requirement for payment, because payment is an exchange. And when you see that, you become free, because what's truly powerful is getting paid for being you. And just imagine what your life would look like if you believed that. Imagine what possibilities would open up. Imagine the decisions you would make today if you knew money was not a reward for your struggle, but an exchange for your value. And you are the value always. So let the old lie fall away. You don't have to work hard to get paid. You just have to know who you are, what you carry, and be open enough to let it flow. Thank you so much for watching this video today. My name is Darlene. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe for more content like this one. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye-bye.